What's up guys, WOOO here, back again with another Division 2 build video. Welcome back. Today's build, this is taking inspiration from the flame turret from Division 1. And me, I'm an old school Div 1 gamer and I love that OP flame turret in Division 1. So guys, what can we use in Division 2? Now, this will not be the best build in the world. You go around YouTube, you'll see many thumbnails, clickbait, best build you've ever seen. This is not that, but it's fun in abundance, and not to mention there are times within this game and certain aspects and certain missions in a group synergy you will go, this build is amazing. And that's what I want from building, is that you guys can go, tell you what, I've taken value from this and it's actually quite decent. I've enjoyed utilizing this skill that nobody uses. So it is kind of fun, and of course it does get the job done. I find this is a better group build. Solo, yes, it works, it does a decent job. Don't get me wrong, I've tried this, it is quite nice, but for me, you'll get the most benefit from this in a group, and that's where it will shine, and it will burn for days. So guys, if you enjoyed the build, you enjoyed the video, thumbs doodle. Yes guys, thumbs doodle. And if you're new to the channel, drop the WOOO bomb on the sub button, ding the bell to be notified when I upload my content. Guys, let's WOOO this. The build, guys, here is the build. Now, flame turret, okay. So thinking outside the box a little bit, some people will go, right, how do I build a flame turret build? How would I use one in PvE, whether it be in the past or now in this game? Now, there's a few ways, and I'll go through them right now. I mean, the first way is, I would think hardwired. Hardwired for that really awesome 10-second cooldown, which I can show you that, guys, in a future video. If you want to, just let me know. 10-second flame turret, and it can work, it do a nice job. Then you have, let's think Eclipse Protocol. Yeah, let's think that bad boy, because we want to spread those status effects. We want that burn going all day long. That's what we want. So you have the 4-piece Eclipse Protocol. It does work. I'm using something very, very different, but still highly viable and usable in PvE. So I'm using Survivalist. Is it the best specialization? It's a very good specialization to use. Why I'm using it? Because of the status effects and giving my teammates the extra 10% damage to status affected targets. So Survivalist is a very strong pick. Now there are other ways and means you can kind of spec into with this build, or you know, you take a look at specialization. You can go, of course, Technician, which is my favorite specialization, which you all know by now. If you don't, guys, get with the program. Technician, that 10% extra skill damage goes a long way. Trust me, it does. But with this, again, the way I want to look at it is I wanted to benefit my teammates. This is a group build. If I was going to use a solo, I'd perhaps change out Survivalist for Technician, get an armor piece on there just to get the most out of the build and use yourself in this game. But group synergy, Survivalist, I feel, again, it just ticks the boxes I want. So with this, guys, you can see 726k armor, 312k health, and of course there's no red attributes, no blue, just 6 skill tiers. There are some minor attributes which we'll go through as we go through the build, which unfortunately there's one red I can't get rid of, but it is what it is. Anyway guys, let's go for the build. Now of course we're going to start with the exotic. The exotic is the Vile Mask, and the Vile Mask is so uber duper powerful, and if you've played this game, you know how strong it is on a skill status effect build. It is fantastic, and kind of go to it. It really is. It's that strong. So the Vile Mask, you can see with this, is not perfect, but I've re-rolled this a couple of times to the point where I'm just kind of sick and tired of wasting resources on rolling it and rolling it. But this is the best I have. Status effects has a protection, of course, 11.9% skill haste mod. I've gone for skill haste mod. You can go for other stuff like crit damage if you wanted to, or you could go for skill duration if you wanted to. It is entirely up to you what you go for, as in utility mods. I've just wanted that skill haste to get my skills, especially my fantastic uber duber, yeah, you know it, Bernie chem launcher, to get it back a little bit quicker, because that's where I'm going to deal a lot of damage. So skill haste, I feel, gives me more value. Now, toxic delivery is a talent. Status effects also apply a damage over time debuff for 10 seconds. Total damage dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade damage and increased by your status effect attributes. So with this, as I say in pretty much every video, if you spec into explosive damage, i.e. China Light, i.e. Demolitionist, you will get more damage from the Vile Mask. That's something to bear in mind. Now guys, why and where? I've opted for the 2-piece. Two-piece Wyvern wear. You don't have to. I do because I want some status effects and that skill damage. With this, guys, it's a near god sausage roll. Its status effects 9.9% and 10% skill damage. Your alternative, other options in terms of these, I think skill damage is key. You gotta get some skill damage on there because you want your flame turret to do some damage. Status effects are always good. Again, it just prolongs the burn. Then you have skill haste if you wanted to, but I feel that would be third or fourth choice. And then you also have some armor regen. Armor regen is good to keep you alive and in the game a little bit longer. Now the second piece of Wyvern wear is this piece, which is God Sausage Roll. So you have armor regen, which is max, and skill damage. Beautiful. Now the first piece of the free piece, which is Empress International. And guys, if you don't know, this brand set is powerful. This is go-to for skill builds. You've got to get that free piece on. Skill health, which is, yeah, it's okay, it's not too bad. Skill damage, which is ace, and then skill efficiency, which is immense. So it slowly gets better as you go into the brand set, and skill efficiency will give you an extra 10% status effects, 10% skill damage, 10% skill repair, and so on and so on. So yes, skill efficiency is immense. So make sure if you're going to put a build together using a skill build and using Empress, guys, free piece, you have to do it. With this, you can see skill damage, armor regen, so there is some survivability on the build. I can stay alive longer, means I can deploy my skills at a healthy rate and still be in the game. Now, the second piece of Empress International is this piece, which I've not used before in a build for you guys. That is the battery pack, which is the named backpack. So with this, again, it's part of Empress International. The skill tier, obviously, it has to be a skill tier. Then you got headshot damage, which I would rather have status effects. I love status effects. I'd love to have it on the build, but beggars cannot be choosers. Skill damage is the second one. It rolled with something stupid like crit damage. I can't remember. It was something really bad and really low. So I've changed it to skill damage. I want that skill damage. That's most important for me, in my opinion. Then I have 11.6% skill haste mod. The talent is perfectly calculated. That is kills from cover reduce skill cooldowns by 15%. And that is a nice, healthy number. And I'm going to demonstrate this in the range after how healthy this number is. But doesn't have to be, guys, let's just get this straight. It doesn't have to be a skill kill. It's a kill. So you can use your weapon. My primary weapon does some nice damage. So yes, this is a handy talent to use. But only with, I feel, only with skills that have such a really big cooldown where, you know, like Seeker Mines, this is where you're going to find perfectly calculated. It's going to, again, pay dividends to you in your build. But it's a nice talent to have. Now, there are alternative talents, of course, but this is not that build video. This is a perfectly calculated, perfectly skilled build video, and it works. So 15% skill cooldowns in cover, kills, easy. Again, with this, what I recommend is this is a cover-to-cover build, and it works a dream. Now, the chest piece, guys, which is the final piece of the gear, is Empress International, 10% skill damage, 11.1% skill haste, a max skill haste mod, perfectly skilled. So skill kills have a 30% chance to reset skill cooldowns, which is great. 30% is a high number. That means this can be really used and abused. I like this. I really do. Now, there are, again, other alternatives. You can switch it out. Of course you can. Yes, for more damage. Yes, I get it, guys. I get it. But I wanted to do something where I just get my cooldown back as quick as possible and skilled and calculated. The perfect additions are nice, guys. They are really, really nice. And I recommend you try this out, this combination, in any format of the game. So, looked at the gear. Let's take a look at the weapons. The capacitor, which is the exotic AR, which is easily farmable from the summit. It took me about best part of an hour to pick this up, and that's because my game delted. Yes, it delted. It happens to the best of us, and then I had to reload, get back in. So it was the best part of an hour to get this. Fairly easy. Just put some challenges on the summit. You'll get it. Happy days, and don't get back in there again, like me. So the capacitor, a really strong AR. It is skill build AR. And it really, really generates some nice, sexy, extra damage to use on your build. And that's why I'm using it. You have to put a bit of work in to get this. That's simply aim and shoot. That is it. But still, it pays. High rewards by simply using this weapon. Now, capacitance. Shooting enemies builds a stack to a cap of 40. Each stack grants 1.5% skill damage after 5 seconds. stacks decay 1 per second, and each skill tier gains 7.5% weapon damage. So I have some nice extra weapon damage on this build because, yes, I'm skill tier 6. Yeah, it's a max skill tier. And then we have an extra 60% skill damage by simply shooting enemies. You can see now why I'm using this weapon. It is beautiful, it really is. Crit chance, rounds, crit damage, and weapon handling, all the fixed mods on the exotic AR. Now, in terms of the secondary, I rarely, again, if you know me, you know the builds. Guys, I'm a primary weapon man. I don't keep switching and switching, but if I do, I'd use the Harmony. That's what I'd use, because one, it's a rifle, that means it's got some ammo in there, and of course it has perfectly in sync, which is an amazing talent to use on any skill build. It really is. If you haven't got the capacitance, buy the capacitor, then guys, get this bad boy on. Also, the test subject, which is an excellent AR to use. In terms of mods on this guy, very simply crit chance, rounds, crit chance, and a critical hit damage. My sidearm, again guys, I do not use this sidearm. It is just there. It's fixed. It's just there, guys. That is it. I don't use the Liberty often. Maximum 9s for technician. I've got this. I'm going to reroll pistol damage to max. But yeah, you can see, guys, I'm not interested. It's just there for show. That is it. I'd only use this. The only time this comes out is if, again, you match make, directives are on, you've got no ammo, boom. That's what you use. But other than that, I don't use it. So it is what it is. Mods, guys, headshot damage, rounds, crit chance, and more critical hit chance. That's the weapons. Take a look at the lovely jubbly skills. Now, the primary skill, yes, guys, the primary skill is the Firestarter Chem Launcher. Now, 8 ammo, 18-second cooldown, 608k damage, burn damage 305k. You can see this is quite nice. Burn duration is 9.3 seconds. That can get to about 12 seconds if you spec more into status effects. As this is more a skill damage build with some status effects on top. Still works nice. You see skill tier 6 with the radius, burn duration, and burn damage. Burn strength, yes, that's to continue the burn, and the ammo. I think ammo's key on this, definitely. Now, the other skill variant I'm using is the Incinerator Turret, guys. This bad boy, which has a really long 36-second cooldown. And that's because, again, I'm not investing in much skill haste on this. Other than the mods, guys. Other than the mods. Skill haste is kind of on the back burner. But, guys, you don't really need it for the Incinerator Turret. It's nice to have a little bit of skill haste on there just to get your Firestarter Chem Launcher ammo back as soon as you can. But still, when you've got this particular turret, then and the gear from the chest piece and the backpack, it's not essential. A 36-second cooldown. The duration is 31.4 seconds, so a nice long duration, getting that burnout. Damage is 48,651. The burn damage is 200k, which is so-so. It's not bad. It's not, could be a tad higher, but still, I'm happy with where it's at. This damage will be elevated because of, obviously, Empress International. Burn duration is 8.9 seconds. I guess a little bit of burn on this. Again, more status effects, they'll just prolong the burn a little bit more. Now, in terms of mods, guys, you can see I have a burn damage max mod, which is beautiful, and then I've opted for duration. You could opt for health, you could opt for a bit of skill haste. I've opted for duration because I want it to burn longer. Simple. I want to get as much as I can from this out of the tin, and that's why I've opted for duration on both. You've seen the weapons, gear, and skills. Let's just take a look at the stats. Then we'll take this out in the range, and I'll show you how it works. So 20% crit chance, 75% critical hit damage, 74.1% headshot damage, a little bit of armor damage, of course. This is the capacitance. Let's take a look at the skills. 30% AR damage as well. So skilled and calculated is what we're talking about. Bit of armor regen, and that keeps you alive. That's nice. It is nice to have in the build. 9850. And then we have, let's look, skill haste is 76.6%. It's a little on the low side ordinarily. Try and go for around about 90 to 100%, just to get the most out of your builds. This, as is, it works fine. This is the intention of the builds. Don't worry too much about this. Now let's take a look in the range what we're all about. For demonstration purposes, we're looking to do this on easy. That's it, and I'll show you what this lovely jubbly build is about. So here's the NPCs. Firstly, I just want to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to cause any damage. I'm going to turn that off. I'm just going to pop it like it's hot. Okay. And watch the bottom of the screen. And you saw that go down there from the kills. I'm losing a few seconds. And again, calculated. Again, that's took 5 seconds off. 5 seconds off, right. Red bar. From 9 seconds 3 seconds, and we're back again. Again, this not 500% skill haste. I've disabled the skill haste effect in the range, so yeah, it's nice. Now let's just do this. Let's take a look at this bad boy burn. So we're getting about 237 damage, but again, I've got about 22 on the capacitance. Let's get that to max. And we'll see the damage output. And doesn't want to burn that guy there. That's fine. That's fine. We'll disable that. Sometimes things don't work as intended. This is the Division, remember, guys. So we'll just get these guys burning. Lovely jubbly. Right, get that back on there. And let's burn these guys here. It's about 270. We've got it at about 270. You see calculated there. Will proc every time you go kill. There's no cooldown on this guy, so you can just keep doing this. Yes, this is on easy. This is just a demonstration of how the build's intended and how it works. But you can see it works nice. I like this. I really do. Will that burn that guy there? No. Let's just dismantle that. And we see there. There you go. This is a super duper build, guys. It is for fun. Remember, guys, for fun. It's in the gameplay, works in PvE. Spawn traps, this is immense. It really is. It just keeps enemies fixed in place because of the burn on both aspects, both skill variants. So, of course, guys, let me know what you think about this burn build. Hopefully you enjoy it. Again, it's using the flame turret, which is completely off meta as it comes. Guys, you take care. You take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.